time on the ramp as he's used to.
Well, here it is, Skateboard Vert, round one. Ronnie Gomez, Jimmy Wilkins, Tom Shah, Alex Pelson, Elliot Sloan, Paul Lud, Sandro Diaz, Mitchie Brusco, Marcelo, the underdog that you're saying there, PLG, and Bucky. That is a strong round one, isn't it?
It looks like a finals to me.
It does look like a final. And look at that backdrop. Straight into it right now. Ronnie Gomez. Huge amplitude.
Yeah. His feet were coming off on the wall before that one. That was frightening for him to try to make right there. His feet were already coming off. His pump was a little off. And then he tried the tail grab 540. And that thing was not under his feet.
Unbelievable. Round one is going to cut straight to a final after this. But round one is 12 athletes. The hardest thing about this contest is there's only 2 runs at 30 seconds each. Other contests that we've seen before, sometimes the athletes have 3 or 5 runs. This is 12 athletes at only 2 runs. What does that mean for these skaters, Tony?
Don't hold back. There's not going to be any safety runs going on, so these guys are going to be doing their hardest stuff out of the gate, just trying to make the finals.
Jimmy Wilkins straight in to a stale fish.
This guy is one of the most exciting new faces on the vert scene. Jimmy Wilkins just has, look at that style, that tweaked indie. He's got one of the best frontside ollies in the business. Oh, wow.
Wow, so smooth. I saw you post a photo of him yesterday.
Look at that.
Of that trick right there. That's what he did.
Alley-oop, tail grab, 540.
Look at this run so far.
Staying on. Big step-fish disaster.
Jimmy Wilkins.
Solid run.
Wow.
The only thing that's going to count against him there is that he did a couple of setups, and in a 30-second run, you don't really have that much time to be setting up for anything. You know, it's got to be trick, 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 trick. As you'll see with some of these other guys, no one's doing a backside air.
True. Let's check out the replay of that.
Look at that kickflip melon grab. So stylish. And then right here,
alley-oop, 540 tail grab. That is such a hard trick.
Such a hard trick, not to hang up too. And you can see where he just lands right on the stickers there. No room for error.
He's all smiles. I'd be pretty happy with that first run as well. He's the second rider. We are going to get straight into the third rider too, the youngest in the field. His name is Tom Shah, and he's rolling into a huge 540.
Tom has been practicing a lot for this event, and he's going to do the big air. He's got the vert, but he's starting to get some big height on the vert, too. Look at this. Here we go. 720.
The problem over the last couple of years as well, or last year that we saw, Tony, was Tom couldn't keep up the height the whole time. He seems to be working on that a lot. Is that because he's just been skating vert so much?
Yeah, and he's getting bigger, he's getting stronger. That's just what happens, you know. You go through those teenage years, go through puberty, and all of a sudden, you've got the stamina, you've got the speed. Look at how clean that 7 is right there. That's, if you ever want to learn it, watch Tom.
Wasting no time. There he is, the little man, the youngest in the field. All smiles. He's got to be pretty happy with that. It's his second so far, but we've only had 3 riders. Alex Perelson.
But there is one difference.
Doing it for Monster Energy Drink.
Tried E45.
He is.
Whereas Laura uses E45 cream.
Rolling in very soon. Here he is. Lofty backside air.
Whoa! Big lean crossbone. Look at that kickflip mute. And then a 540 all the way across. Alex is keeping the speed up here.
Kickflip lean.
And that's the only setup we're going to see. Tail grab 540. Madonna. It's a solid run here for Alex. I take that back. There's one more setup, and that's the trick he wants. It's the varial kickflip, Indy 360. Super technical, really hard to see, hard to figure out where you're going to land, and if you don't catch the board, it's over.
Alex normally is slow to start off on things, but he seemed like to come out of the gates very strong. Right now, we're going to go to Alyssa. She is down at the bottom of the vert ramp.
Yeah, thanks, Corbin. I mean, you've been talking about the heat. You don't have to look any farther than these guys' T-shirts to see how hot it is. 93 degrees out here. Feels like 100 with the humidity. I talked to Elliot Sloan. He said, I didn't pack enough T-shirts. I had no idea I was even going to be competing in this event today. And I think Mitchie Brusco is really appreciating that Under Armour sponsorship right about now.
Is he ever? Mitchie Brusco is one to come very, very soon. But who's dropping in next is Elliot Sloan. Now, he took the position of Sam Beckett because Sam had rolled his ankle last week. Straight into it.
Bad start.
Oh, unfortunate.
That's a case of, you know, you've only got 30 seconds. You don't want to set up, so you're coming off that big roll in. You better do something right on the first wall, and he goes for the 540, and that's no easy task. You don't have the rhythm of the ramp already, and you're just going in for a big 540. It's a tough position there.
I mean, you've also just been hanging out waiting for everyone else to have their run, so it's tough, right?
Yeah, dropping in off of 20 feet. Cold turkey.
Cold turkey, dropping in. Yeah, no thank you. Paul Luke spoke to a couple of the judges before. They said he's been skating very good in practice, so it's going to be interesting. Huge backside ollie. Keeping the height up there.
Not sure what happened there.
We have got plenty of athletes to come in Skateboard Vert. Stick around. This is Skateboard Vert, and we are in Austin, Texas. 20 years of X Games here in Austin, Texas, as the man, the pit bull, Sandro Diaz rolls in. He's so exciting to watch, Tony.
He never lacks speed, ever.
Huge backside air.
Look at him, just going all the way across the ramp. Alley 540, coming back to the corner here.
He seems like he's going for it even more. Maybe he's on that same that memo. It's like, let's just get this done.
That 30-second two-run memo. Look at that Narjar. Oh, wow. Right at the end there. That Narjar is a 540 to tail, what we call body jar. It is one of the scariest and most dangerous tricks you can do on vert.
Let's check out the Narjar. How is that run going to compare, Tony?
I think he'll do pretty well. I mean, you know, he did a lot of 540s, but this one is undeniable. When you do a 540 to tail, the judges take notice.
Oh, they've got to take notice of that. Sitting in the #1 position is Jimmy Wilkins with an 85 flat. Tom Shaw, 77.66. Will the pit bull get up there? No, he hasn't topped Jimmy Wilkins to the #1 spot, but he's pushed Tom Shaw into third. He will be there, 85 for #1, Jimmy Wilkins, and #2 is Sandro Diaz with an 82 flat. Mitchie Brusco's parents, Jen Brusco, and his father right there, saying a little what's up. Now, Mitchie has grown 4 inches, I think, in the last couple of months. He's been going through huge growing pains.
And that makes these ramps feel a lot smaller. I mean, he's been doing the big air stuff, and when he goes to here, that is noticeably different, especially when suddenly you're tall. But he's doing a good job adapting. He's been skating at Elliot Sloan's ramp, private facility. Whoa, the kickflip, underflip there.
Seen Bob Burnquist do that a few years ago.
You know,
he throws it down.
We see everyone desperately trying to do that.
He's stacking up a solid run here, Mitchie Brusco.
Let's go look at this, 720. Whoa! Balled up with no height and lands it. That was solid.
Jan Brusco, look at it. He's got no braces. He went from a boy to a man in less than 6 months. Let's check out the replay of that.
That's what we call that catching it dark side. He caught the wrong side of the board, but then managed to hand flip it to the right side. That is a signature Bob Burnquist move. And this 720, just no height, but he's got a snap and he's got a spin and he can make it work.
You know there, Tony, he made it look... Bob throws it under any old how. He made it look like it was actually a trick just then.
He had a little more time. Had a little more time with it, for sure.
Okay, so Tom Shah's been moved down again. Mitchie into the third position. So Jimmy Wilkins, 85. Sandra Diaz, 82. Mitchie Brusco with an 81. Next in line, we have Marcelo Bastos, and we talked about this earlier, Tony. He's one of your favourites to come through as a bit of an underdog.
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him really work on his style and his height. He had all the tricks, but he just couldn't. He just couldn't get that something extra. And he finally figured out how to keep his height up and how to string his tricks together. And I think he's going to be one of these guys. If he makes this run, look at that. He's keeping his speed up.
Now I had a chat with him, and he's been, unfortunately, just jumping off there. He's got one more run still to go. He's been trying and wanted to put it in a contest run, the nollie heel flip 540.
Oh, yeah, we did. We saw him make that in a best trick last year.
Has that ever been done in a run before?
No, not in a run.
So if he did pull that this time, that would be the first time ever.
That would put him in the top. That would put him in the top 6. Without question.
12 athletes in Skateboard Vert round 1, which is going on right now. It is a hard and harsh cut. It's only going to 6 athletes. Who will those six athletes be? There's still a lot of guys to come. Andy McDonald, PLG, Bucky. Right now we have Jimmy Wilkins sitting in the number 1 position with an 85 as Andy McDonald rolls in. One of the athletes who's been here for a very, very long time.
And he knows the drill. He knows the strategy. And he is not going to be doing any basic tricks on his run, but that nollie heel, that is surprising. That's not the trick that Andy McDonald would ever fall on. Ever.
Maybe the pressure of just these 2 runs has really been put on these guys. But, you know, someone who found the pressure last year was PLG in the first couple of X Games that we had. This is the Skateboard Vert rivalry, and these guys go head-to-head. Check it out. We have the 4-peat of Bucky Lasek there, and PLG, 7th in Foz, 5th in Barcelona. Silver. He struggled at the start, but, you know, he's been really going for it now. Mr. Bucky Lasek just gave me a little look back over here. He's looking at his opposing skateboard athlete right there, PLG, as he rolls in.
This is going to be an actual joust. Oh, maybe not.
This is going to be a fight between these two. I can see it. Alley-oop.
Yeah, look at Pierre-Luc. He is not going to take it easy.
Now, last year we saw him, he tried some hard tricks and fell off early. Do you think he's going to try and keep it a little more mellow? Or
I wouldn't think so. Not with the switch heel flip 360 there. And then body barrel 540. I mean, definitely there's a few things here that you can tell he's saving for the finals, but that put him in a good position right there. That's going to put him in the top 3 right there.
That's a good confidence booster, it must be.
Yeah. You could see there were a couple walls where he just sort of did a frontside air, but he had something else planned for it. Look at that. Switch, heel flip, 360.
Something he had trouble with last year in a couple of the X Games. He fell off.
Well, he's the only one that does it, but something that anyone would have trouble with.
That is a great run. PLG with his scores still coming in right now. Will he bump Wilkins off that top spot? We're still waiting for it right now. These are the 2 guys, and yes, he has with an 87. He has gone in to the number 1 position. PLG, this is exactly what he wanted for his first run, and this really puts the pressure on the gold medalist. The guy who had a clean sweep last year, as he's about to roll in switch, Bucky Lassak is going to want to bump himself into that #1 position. Tony, what has he got?
Now this is looking a lot like his runs last year. Just trying to stay on one. Like, ooh, frontside feeble, getting a little squirrely there, but he keeps it back together. Indy 360, faking it fakey, 540. Whoa, he didn't even commit to the spin there. Like something was off.
You got to think, with PLG coming in and pushing himself straight into that gold medal position or that #1 position going into the finals, like it's got to put him off a little. Right now, we are going to check out Tom Shah right now with his clean 720. Skating is getting heated right now. We have Skateboard Vert. Stick around. Had 12 skaters all throwing down. Let's check out PLG's full run. He is in that #1 position right now. Tony, he was flawless.
It was a really solid run. He knows the strategy. You know, get one in there, but he has to do a lot of technical stuff. But he held back a little bit, like right here in this frontside air. That was going to be something else, really hard for sure. But you can't mess around here. You know, you can't take it too easy. But at the same time, you can't fall because you only have 2 runs. But this was it right here. That body burial Indian there.
Another setup trick.
Another setup trick. But these last few tricks, that nollie heel, nose grind, it's like, all right, get out. It's a good, you know, to be honest, that wouldn't be a first-place run, especially in the finals, but it's getting him into the finals.
But it obviously gives him room to move as well. He knows what other tricks he's going to put in there, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
There he is, PLG, looking very confident. Coming out of a little injury at the moment as well, but he's all smirks. Change of tune, and he's obviously feeling really good.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he doesn't really even need to take a second qualifying run.
Yeah.
But he should.
That's right. So there's 12 athletes. 6 of the skateboarders make it through. We are rolling back in as we have a wide shot of the beautiful Texas State Capitol building, and the crowd is just pouring in here for Skateboard Vert round 1. This is the second and final run for the skaters. Ronnie is going for it.
He's putting it together here. 2 540s there into a heel flip. And playing it safe with the setups, but solid right there. 8360. Whoa! Big frontside gate twist. This is a solid run. This is going to put him in the finals, I believe.
There we go. There you heard it from Tony. That could put him in the finals. Amazing skateboarder. He's competing in big air this weekend also. I've also seen him in a lot of the bowl contests. He was in Brazil at Pedro Barros' contest. He skates absolutely everything. Let's check out that kickflip into fakie.
And he was swirling. I don't know if you caught it there, but he was fishtailing on his way up. Like his wheels were sliding out.
Squirreling's a new word.
He was getting squirreled. Well, the ramp is sticky, so we've seen a lot of that. Well, I felt it a lot while I was skating it.
You were squirreling a lot?
I was swirling a lot.
Oh, I like it.
I was getting squirrely out there.
Jimmy Wilkins.
Not squirrely.
Not squirrely.
No.
Not squirrely at all.
No.
He is going to be happy. First time in X Games. Huge stale fish.
Oh, look at that kickflip melon. Oh, no. That looked like it was on point to me.
You know what? He's sitting in second position at the moment, so he's pretty good, I think.
Yes, he's pretty good. He could afford to take some chances there.
Now, one of the skaters who's going to really have to lift his game at the moment, he's sitting in 6th position. He's really going to want to try and have to push himself at least into 4th or 3rd to try and definitely make that top 6 to go into the finals tonight here at X Games Austin.
Yeah, we have a whole about 5, 6 guys that fell on their first run too, so they could potentially knock him out of that space. Huge to make this run.
Huge 540 into an alley-oop heel flip. Indy.
Oh, no, the kickflip Indy coming across the flat.
Tom is going to need a little bit of a miracle here to try and stay in that position, because it must be nerve-wracking to be in that position, Tony.
Yeah, that's a tough call there, especially considering so many of the other guys.
I mean, look at
fell on their run, so that's what put him there.
Look at the guys that we've got behind. We've got Alex Perelson, Bucky Lasek, Paul Luke, Andy Mack. I mean, those guys are all guys that are normally sitting in the top 6.
Yeah. Whoa, Alex Perelson going. He's pushing the limits of how high you should go on a regular vert ramp.
I love that trick.
That's amazing.
One of my favorite tricks, and he does it with such ease and style.
And this is coming together for him here. There we go, setting up for something else. Oh, he wants that. Oh, Indy 360. He decided not to go for the varial flip Indy 360 because it's so uncertain, and he wants to put a run together. Are we actually seeing Alex Perelson use strategy? Is that what's happening here?
I was going to say to you, is that the first time that we, in X Games or competition history, that we've seen come together and have a little strategy?
Hold back at all.
Look out, people. Alex is using it. You know,
wising up.
That's great. I'm interested to see the score here. Tom Shaw, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Really watching that, because you know he's sitting in that bubble position where he could get pushed out.
I think about right there is when he knew, oh, he made a run. I think he might be knocking me down.
I'm excited for Alex. Okay, what's he got?
There it is. Puts him in 5th. Knocks Tom Shaw out of the finals.
So Tom is definitely out. It's only a top 6 that make it through to the Skateboard Vert finals here at X Games in Austin. He's still got big air to go this weekend, so stick around as we see Elliot Sloan roll in.
Elliot, first wall again.
That is Elliot.
540.
Done and dusted. He's going to want to try and back up that gold medal he won last year in big air and beat Bob Burnquist again. So we'll be seeing more of Elliot Sloan at big air.
It's so hard to go from that big air ramp to this ramp, the transition. I mean, the transition is literally a third the size.
Well, he basically got called while he was practicing over there at big air. So he jumped in the car while he was riding big air and came straight here, skated with you in the Hawk and Friends demo. And maybe he's just, you know, it was hot out there. Maybe he's tired. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just that ramp too. Paul Luke sitting in 9th position right now.
Whoa, this is a good run right here. Look at, he's keeping his height up. Already got a couple 540s in. Kickflip and a heel flip. Big backside ollie. It's looking good here. Here we go. Nice nose grab, 540, and lip slide out of desperation to stay on. That's a solid run. It's questionable.
What are you thinking? Yeah.
But I think that could put him in position there.
Tony, how does that rack up against Alex's, do you think?
I think it's right up in around the same. I would put him probably ahead of those guys.
Okay, as we wait for scores right now, Ronnie Gomes is sitting in that 6th position. It is a scary situation to be in that right now because, yeah, unfortunately, we just saw Tom Shaw right out of there in 7th. And 2 runs, you know, there's no real chances. 2 runs and you're going to throw it down right now. Right now, Ronnie Gomez is in the mix still. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Here is Bucky Lassek's fall. He is going to have to put it together. Stick around at Skateboard Vert, round 1 at Austin X Games. No, I wasn't projecting it. Hang on, you just said before that you guys skated for longer than these guys.
That's true. They're only taking 2 runs. We had to take like 10 runs. Come on, guys. No, I saw Bucky struggle with this trick in practice, and it is, I mean, if you can't bend that arm all the way, that's going to be a huge disadvantage, or swing it around, because that's the counterweight. His other arm that is hurt is his counterweight from using the spin, and if he can't swing it behind him, he's not going to get the spin he needs.
So he's going to find it a lot harder to try and get that spin. He's going to switch the arms up.
I did see him make that, though, in practice a number of times.
Okay, so it is possible. He can do it.
It's possible.
You know, it's a lot of pressure still, Tony, to try and, you know, 2 runs just to try and put it down, especially when PLG's arch rival is...
It's not his first rodeo. Flip. See what I did there?
Anyway, we are going to get straight into it and leave Tony's jokes aside. Sandro Diaz is back in the pitbull coming out of Brazil.
Sandro can catch his board anywhere that it may fly away from him and put it back on his feet.
Maybe even throw the tail down too.
Oh no, what was going on there? 360 varial started flipping on him. He caught the wheel. Couldn't save that one.
That's his final run. Unfortunately,
he's in 3rd still.
He's in 3rd still. I don't think his run there will be bumped up whatsoever. It won't, because he fell off. But he's looking solid still. But we still have
3 guys that can definitely get in there.
Mitchy Brusco, Marcelo Bastos, Andy McDonald, PLG, who's locked in and loaded, and Bucky, who's going to want to try and get him out of that position. Right now, we see Mitchy Brusco roll in for his 2nd and final run here in Austin, Texas. 20 years of X Games, and this location is as good as it gets.
Mitchy's kind of playing it safe on this run, which I'm surprised, because he's in 4th. You know, that's not the best position to be in here. But still throwing some solid tricks. Kick from Melon. See, these setup errors are going to work against him. Oh, whoa, going for a whole new thing there.
I haven't seen him do that in competition
Kick flip,
before.
lean 360. His mom showed me a little Instagram bit of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, last night.
Mama Brusco.
Yeah. He's like, look what Mitchy learned. Look at this new trick he learned.
Mitchy's got a smile on his face. He's looking pretty confident that he's going to stick in that position. Top 6 going through to Vert finals later on. But it is just getting bigger and better and more interesting right now. We have Marcelo Bastos. In next. It's going to be interesting. Coming out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. What's up to all the Brazilians out there? Strong skateboard following. And also in the surfing that's going on at the moment too in Fiji. They're always strong out there. Here he is. He's rolling in front of the Texas State Capitol building.
Wow, that's
Marcelo.
No easy feed there, rolling into a tail grab 540. That's a lot of speed to be managing. And look, he's just 540 after 540.
He's going to need to stay on here, Tony, to try and make that top 6.
Looking good so far. Kick flip Indy. No, what's going on there? Oh no! Turned into it was supposed to be Indy 360. Took off wrong. Then he went for a double grab. Turned into a 540. That's such a disappointment.
This is such a hard competition because this round 1 is basically a final.
And this trick right here, he was going to go 360. He started spinning too much.
He nearly grabbed a cannonball.
Well, that's what happened is he tried to lift it up so he wouldn't hang up, and then decided, well, maybe I should spin all the way around. It's just too late for that kind of decision.
Well, that has... He's cheated himself out of his X Games medal hopes this year. He won't be backing up and getting a 2nd medal. Bucky Lasek still has a run to come. This is his second and final run. The guy that we thought would easily make that top 6 is not in that top 6 to make the finals at the moment.
Andy does not have a solid run under his belt either.
One of the most consistent skateboarders.
Oh, wow, that was just the flappiest kickflip mute I think I've ever seen him do. And right here, he usually does the nollie heel flip there. Decided not to. Whoa, barely getting a hold of his board and then making a 720. And here it comes. The tricks to tricks to tricks.
He knows he needs to stay on this right now.
Clean rodeo. Madonna, that's a solid run. And right there, nollie 540.
What do you think of that?
That was a save.
He needed that one. Look at the crowd. It is thick. They are jam-packed. He's doing a curtsy to the crowd.
Yeah, his board did not want to cooperate with that run.
Let's check out the replay for that.
And this kickflip, look at that. Barely flipping. He waits for it and then just throws it on his feet. And he made a 720 with no setup. I mean, the setup, like his board was barely on his feet. And that was the moment where it all came back together for him.
Wasn't it? Waiting for the score.
Not the curtsy. I don't mean the curtsy. I'm talking about the 720.
Oh, you're not talking about the curtsy. No. All right, here we go. We're waiting for the scores. And Andy McDonald pushes his way up into 3rd position. PLG in number 1 with a 87. Jimmy Wilkins with an 85 in number 2. Andy McDonald, number 3. And as the suspense builds here at the Texas State Capitol building and the sun goes down, we have Bucky Lasek waiting with a message on his shirt saying he's hurt, he's not old.
Well, he's still old, but he's hurt.
Tony said it.
It doesn't mean the age is not hindering him. That's the point. That's my point.
Okay. Well, that was Tony.
I'm really old. So Bucky's kind of old.
Let's not get into that anyway. Let's.
Hey, he's the one who drew attention to it, not me.
Hey, happy birthday for last week.
Thank you. It was my 30th.
Yeah, he just said he.
Oh, Pierre Luc is not really holding back on this run.
And not 30 years old either. Kickflip mute to fakie. He's going for it. Well, he already knows he's making it through, so he's going to push the limits a little more.
Oh, that run was a mirror image of his first run, but he was going to try that 270 switch feeble there at the end just to give it a little bit of extra.
Well, this is what it's coming down to. It's coming down to the guy who took 4 gold medals across the board last year at XGames. Foz do Iguaçu, Barcelona, Munich, and ending his gold streak in Los Angeles. We are now in Austin for XGames for the next few years. This beautiful city, can he take gold again? Can he push himself into that top 6 to make the finals tonight? As he rolls in, Bucky Lasek, Tony.
He's got that Bucky eye of the tiger going. Look at him. It's like he's a machine once he gets in that mode. Here comes the fakie to fakie 5. There it is. He's got it on before. See, he's just hurt. He's not old.
So he wasn't lying to us.
This is a good run, though. He's still kind of holding back, but he's got the 540s. Melon 5, backside tail slide, signature Bucky, and then, ooh, nice, stinky frontside invert.
The finish,
I think that was for the Texas crowd. A lot of old school skaters here.
As the buzzer goes, is that enough for him?
Yeah, that's enough.
All right, so you hear it from Tony Hawk. That is going to be enough for him as we still wait for the scores to come in. We're going to check out what went down there. He had to throw it all on the line. This is where it went wrong in the first run.
And you can see he had to let go of it early because he just didn't get the speed of his spin that he's used to. And then this one, nice, just stinking it up for the 80s crowd.
Bucky Lasek was the only athlete to sweep X Games in 2013 with gold medals out of any discipline. All right, let's check it out. Here it is. He moves himself out of that 10th or 11th or whatever he was in into 5th position. So there we have it. Number 1, PLG. Number 2, Jimmy Wilkins. Number 3, Andy McDonald. 4, the Pitbull coming out of Brazil, Sandro. 5, Bucky Lasek. And Perusco. Wow, here we go. Look at him. He's got a big smile on his face. Look at the Capitol building. Unbelievable. This is just a huge crowd. Tony, that was it was basically a final there without being a final.
It was very suspenseful. And we saw a couple firsts, you know. We saw Alex Perlson using some strategy. Didn't work in his favor. He was almost in, but Bucky knocked him down.
Alyssa, you are with the man who's just scraped in, but he won a lot of gold medals last year.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Bucky, I think you're going to have to change your shirt now. I don't think you're hurt or old.
I brought another one.
Just for this case.
No, honestly, I just hurt my elbow. I blew it out. I just got like movement in it. It's fine for driving because I have power when it's like bent right here, but I can't bend it all the way. I'm almost there, and I can't straighten it all the way, so it kind of messes up the grabs and the spins. So I just started skating like 2 days ago. I've been hurt I went to Barbados for Global Rallycross. It's been like 3 weeks since I skated. I was supposed to come back from there. Unfortunately, I went to Tony's ramp and I slammed 3 minutes into warm-up and took myself out. And thanks to the good doctors at Core, Sabi, all you guys helped get the swelling out of my elbow, so at least I'm here now.
Yeah, so you haven't been skating much because of that. How is this heat affecting everyone, especially you without the kind of stamina you have skating all the time?
This is nothing compared to my Subaru. This is nothing. Although I was in my Subaru early today in practice and stuff, it's a long day. I went home, I came here, I only got about an hour of practice today and an hour and a half yesterday. I went back, I took a nap, cold shower, just try to revive myself a little bit.
The old part of that t-shirt required the nap.
But you know, it's good. I'm just stoked to be in the final. I think I've made every final so far.
You know, you've been at X Games for a very long time. We've been in Los Angeles for 11 years. What do you think about being here in Austin? What do you think about this crowd?
It's awesome because these guys aren't like, they're not so accustomed to it, you know? They're not tainted by having it every year. So they're enjoying it a lot. I see Gary Reen down there from Woodward. He's having a good time.
How much of that energy were you feeling when you...
There's some stuff I'm holding back. So I'm going to go for it in the final. Hopefully I don't get hurt any worse. My team will be really bummed if I take myself out of the car.
Yeah, if you can't drive Saturday. Well, thank you so much, Bucky. Congrats.
I kind of feel like Travis Pastrana right now.
Yeah, it's pretty Travis of you. Very moto.
Thank you, Alyssa and Bucky Lasek. I mean, one of the busiest men. He's behind the wheel this weekend, and he's also skating. He's just pushed himself in. This is the Skateboard Vert